Good morning. It is Saturday, May 13th, 2023. It is fight day, and what a massive day it's going to be. Obviously, it's been a pretty big few days so far, but we're just at the Stockton gym at the moment. We're going to just watch Alex Winwood do some sparring. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. We're all still struggling a little bit with sleep, but we're getting there. And look, how can you not be fired up for what's going to be a massive day of boxing here in Stockton? So the plan of attack today is after we watch Alex spar, we'll probably go get something to eat, and I think we're going to go back out to Great Wolf Lodge for a little bit, and then the fight started at about 3 o'clock. So we'll be there. We've really got nowhere else to go, so we're going to start early. Jason's on at about 7. But geez, when you're there, we're here for the fights, you may as well see them all. So we're going to be there nice and early with the Team Moloney shirts on, ready to go. So great to have you along again for day number 5, and look forward to what should be, hopefully, a massive day for Australian boxing and Team Moloney. Here we are. We are eating popcorn, having the time of our life. We're only about 5 rows from the front.
Standing ourselves talk.
We just had a local guy on. I'll tell you what, our ears are ringing by, and I've got a headache after the people around us absolutely screaming their heads off. But the good news is it's all over now.
Hopefully.
We enjoyed our popcorn, having a ball. And it's about an hour till Jason comes on.
Great seats.
Yeah, great seats. Thank you to Mike Altamura as well for helping us out there. And as you can see, it's only the 2 of us at the moment, because old Jackie's at Ringside at the moment. We'll try and get a bit of footage of him out there. But look,
he's in the silk department, mate.
Yeah, he's at the Ringside. So look, just wrap for young Jack. I'm sure he'll have the time of his life up there. So we'll check in a little bit later on. But yeah, just an awesome vibe here, and we can't wait for about another hour when Jason hits the ring. And let's hope he can bring that belt home. about 10 minutes past, after Jason Moloney's won his world title, and I must admit, like we feel like we've gone 12 rounds ourselves, and I suppose the initial, probably talking for myself here, mate, but the initial reaction was obviously excitement and I don't know what do you want to call it? It was what it was. I mean, it was just unbelievable. I suppose now that it's all over, it's probably just a little bit. We're both probably a little bit emotional about it all. I mean, we've been a part of it, for so long, and this guy, isn't he such a great guy, and we're just so proud to be part of it.
We both know the journey he's been on, mate, and to be perfectly honest with you, mate, I'm cooked.
We both feel like we've gone 12 rounds, but look, apart from after the initial, adulation and excitement, and everything else, we're both a little bit spent. We just feel so happy for Jason and the team, because obviously we know everything he's we've been there since the start of his pro career. Probably shout out also to a man back home that will be feeling the same, I'm gathering, as Brian Butler. So shout out to Brian.
Yeah, good on you, Brian.
Played a massive part in this. I'm sure that Jason will be the first to acknowledge that as well. And even though things happen in life and in people's careers, I'm sure he's proud back home. I'm sure he's sitting here at the moment as well, mate. But look, just so proud. There's
Jackie boy.
Oh. He's been ringside for it all, and I was just saying, mate, we're all pretty spent. But
the thing we have to say as well, mate, we're so privileged to be here to watch it. Because it's been a bit. That's 3 goes at it, finally successful. Worked his butt off for goodness knows how many years, and for us to be here to celebrate the moment. I just said to Linda, I think I'd rather Andrew's win here, Jason's win here, and Carlton win the grand final.
Well, I said, let's just hope Andy gets the win next week, then I'm with you. But look, we haven't had a chance to really process it yet. As I said, it's only like 10 minutes after the fact, but I'm not quite sure what consensus was back home. I had him winning 8 rounds to 4. I just thought he boxed beautifully, and the crowd had a little bit to say, but excuse the language, but fuck them. They know nothing. They were up in the stands, not seeing the beautiful boxing that he conducted when we were at ringside, and just so incredibly proud of Jason. We're only halfway there, of course. Still got one more to go, but Angelo and Tony as a manager, Nobsy, the big rig in the corner, they've done such great work. Everyone needs to be acknowledged, and I just felt so happy at the end of it with all the peanuts in the crowd carrying on. Jason didn't let it spoil his moment. He stood tall, he held the belt up and stuck it up him, as they say, and and I'm sure they don't fight the fight for and remember. They all want knockouts over here. They all want to see blood and guts. Look, besides a few bits and pieces, I don't think Asher Labio pretty much laid much of the glove on him. But
as we always keep saying, Lyndon, yourself included, the sport's still called boxing. It's not called fighting. It's called boxing, and they put on an exhibition. Jabbed his head off.
No, he certainly did. And what was it like at ringside there, Jack?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I was right next to one of the judges that scored it for Jace. But I just saw it as a boxing clinic. Just stuck to that jab really well. Stuck to the game plan. Didn't really let too much phase him. The crowd obviously against him. I'm not sure what you blokes have said, but I just thought probably 8 rounds to 4.
That's exactly how I had 8 rounds to 4.
Just stood really tall, stuck behind that jab, and
didn't get phased. Just fought the perfect fight. And again, I know I've said it 10 times already, but we're all just so incredibly proud of them. I hope Australia is as well. And look forward to Chapter 2 next week. So we're gonna. Well, I think we might have a bit of an after party tonight, but we'll definitely catch up with the team. Hopefully, we'll get a little bit of that on camera, and off to Vegas tomorrow. We'll do a bit of a wrap up later, but I just wanted to do it while it was pretty raw. So I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as what we did. We didn't really enjoy it too much, did we? But we just got through it. We got through the 12 rounds in one piece. So all good, and we'll continue on. But as I said, it's just one part of the journey and one chapter to go. So stay with us for the rest of the journey. that is a very eventful end of day 5 of our trip to Stockton, California, I should say, because Australia has a new world champion, Jason Mayhem Moloney. I won't go into all the particulars. We did that earlier with Ronnie and Jack, but just sort of reflecting on the day. I probably just didn't show a lot of the videos, and I just didn't want to take too much after the fight. Everyone wants to enjoy it without a camera in the face, but it was just great to go back to the Great Wolf Lodge with the team. Tony and Angelo were actually up. This is Tony Tolge and Angelo Hyder. We're actually up with Jason at the hospital. You would know by now he's obviously had the broken hand, so they're up with him. So we sat just outside in the sort of the garden area, I suppose you'd call it, or the beer garden, whatever it is, with the team. And it was just good to reflect, and it was really just good to hear the thoughts of Tony Nobbs and the big rig who were in the corner, and and obviously Andy, who was sort of in the corner as well, not officially but still in there in spirit, but he had the flag on, of course. But just to hear their thoughts and the way that Jason conducted himself throughout the fight, stuck 100% to the game plan, never got excited, never got flustered. And also when Angelo and Tony got back, we didn't get to see Jason, by the way. He's still at the hospital with his wife Georgia, but we had a good talk to Angelo and Tony afterwards, and they, especially Tony, said look, he followed Angelo said he followed the game plan to a T, and it got, how do you, we all know there was some, the crowd carried on and all that sort of stuff, but Angelo made a good point. How can you throw one punch at a time and land probably, really, to be honest, 2 to 3 really good quality punches throughout the fight? From the stands, it probably looked like, you're throwing a few, but nothing was sort of landing. And in the meantime, Jason was just absolutely jabbing his head off. That was my opinion anyway. But that video is for another time, maybe another review about it, and we can probably talk it on some other shows that we do. But yeah, for as you've seen in the video before, Ronnie and I were a little bit emotional because we've both been there. Not from day one, but pretty much the start of their professional careers, and just to see what the boys have done, the sacrifice. I know all fighters sacrifice at that level or at any level, but just to see how much it meant to him. This is a guy that got overlooked a lot as an amateur, and that things never really quite went his way. In the Olympic trials and that sort of stuff. He'd had 2 world title attempts before this. One against Emmanuel Rodriguez in his first crack at it, 5 years ago. He learnt so much out of that. And I think he stops at Rodriguez if he fights him these days. That's another story, and then of course running into, in a way, just in the top 2 or 3 pound for pound fighters in the world. So for him to get the opportunity for the 3rd time and just execute the game plan to perfection was just a credit to him and the team. And as I said in the video numerous times, really, really proud of what he's been able to do. And and of course we've got Andrew coming up in the next week, which we'll start to cover in day 6 when we head to Vegas, which is tomorrow. So it's a little bit late here. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning doing this video, so you'll probably tell I'm a little bit tired. But look, it's just been a great week, and I've really got to thank so far. I know we've got Vegas to go, but even though we've known the team for a long time, for the way they've welcomed us into the fold and got us involved, the way they got Jack into the ringside position to take the photos and videos was just great, and so appreciated, because they don't have to do that, but it's great to be valued in our contributions to their careers and acknowledged that way. And it's all a really tight knit team. It's not a massive team. And it's really good just to be part of it. So thanks you to obviously Jason and Andrew, but also Angelo, Tony, Nobsy, the big rig, all the crew, Georgia, Chelsea, the little kids. So it's just been great. And yeah, as I said, there's probably time for analysis of the fight a little bit later in other videos that we might do. But I just wanted to sort of get on here and just finish up the video on a really positive note, and to say, to Jason, mate, we love you. You deserve the belt, and I've got no doubt that this is just the beginning. I know it's been a long journey so far, but there's going to be some massive opportunities for you down the track as far as opponents, paydays, all this, that sort of stuff. And the next thing to do is for Australians to really acknowledge not just Jason but Andrew as well, what these guys have done. The little fellas don't really get the necessarily attention they deserve, but this is the real deal. To be here in top ranked Stockton Arena, 8,000-9,000 people, whatever it was. This is the big time, and he went there and he conquered, and he's going to bring the belt home to Australia. So let's hope it's the start of many this year. We've got a few. Probably I won't try and list them all. I'll forget someone, but all the guys that are in big fights and world title fights this year, just a golden age of Australian boxing, and another glorious and proud chapter of Australian boxing. And just been great to be part of it. So thanks again. I know it's been a little bit long-winded. I've talked enough today. I've lost my voice to some extent, but I just wanted to end day 5 on a really positive note, and look forward to the start of chapter 2 on this trip, and that's the journey of Andrew Moloney, who we hope can get the WBO super flyweight title next week in Las Vegas. Till then, we're going to try and get some sleep. Got an early start in the morning, off to San Francisco to fly to Vegas, and we'll pick up the journey from there. Thanks again for watching.